Hey, welcome back, comic fans. It's Mr. Q Comics. Finally back with another haul video. Been away for a while here. I've been distracted with some other activities throughout the spring and summer with the family, so I haven't been doing much with comic videos here. But have a massive backlog stack here in my basement, as I usually do. Tons of books I've picked up over the past, honestly, year that I haven't gotten around to fully sorting through or filing away or shooting videos on. So today I'm going to jump in with a awesome horror haul I had. Honestly, it was probably last Halloween time, mostly from one local shop. They put out a whole bunch of horror books, Golden Age and Bronze Age stuff, and I picked up a big stack. So before we get started, guys, if you like haul videos, please subscribe down below if you haven't already. Hit the like button, leave some comments, let me know what you think about the books I'm showing off here. With that, let's jump right into it. All right, first book out of the gate, not a horror book. So they just happened to have it in the bins when I was digging after I went through the horror stuff. Just a copy of Micronauts #1 from 1979, which is the first team appearance of the Micronauts and the first Baron Karza. It's got that cool Star Wars #1 homage. I don't know if you say homage. I feel like I'm the only one who says it. Everyone else I see says homage. I don't know what's right. I say homage. I guess I'm fancy. So it's a Dave Cockrum cover and art with a Bill Mantlo story. So this was less than $10. Higher grade, probably in the VF range. And I know I've seen some spec about this, like everything else, that someone's developing a movie or series, possibly. So who knows? But it was a #1 issue for less than $10. So I snatched it. All right, on to the horror stuff. We're going to start with some DC. This is Secrets of Sinister House #5 from 1972. This is probably mid-grade, but it was only like $3. It's a Nick Cardy cover, and I think this is the first issue of the series. It was formerly Sinister House of Secret Love. So for $3, I thought it was definitely worth it. Pretty cool cover. All right, we will get some Batman stuff going on here, which I'll classify as horror themed here. We've got Detective Comics 407 from 1971. Awesome Neal Adams cover with the Man-Bat. I think it's like the third appearance of the Man-Bat, something like that. But this will go into my personal collection for my Neal Adams Batman stuff. Batman and Detective, probably one of the few DC titles that I actually collect for my PC here, and I love the Neal Adams art, so I think the Man-Bat stuff classifies as horror, and Neal Adams stuff is always pretty dark compared to the Batman stuff that predated it here. So 416 from 1971 as well. This one was only $5. I think the shop had it out mixed in with all their horror stuff, and they had some of it priced super cheap. They had some that I thought were a little overpriced, but most of these were, to me, dirt cheap for what they were. So I couldn't leave that behind for $5. I didn't have that one. Okay, on to a little Marvel from 1977. We've got Godzilla, King of the Monsters #1. Not typically a book I was hunting for, but it was only $5, and it's, again, mid-grade. Most of these are going to be around fine, but still for the prices, well worth it. Herb Trimpe cover and art, and Doug Minch on the story here. All right, I got 2 copies of this. I'll show off the better one first. Supernatural Thrillers featuring the Living Mummy. I believe this is his origin and first appearance from 1973. This is George Tuska and John Romita on the cover. So really cool book. This is probably fine, very fine. I think I paid $9 for this, and they had a second copy that I grabbed as well that was lower grade, probably VG, and that was only $4. So couldn't go wrong with those. All right, this one I'm super psyched for. I love pinup art, pinup style art from particular artists. So this is from 1986. It is Elvira's House of Mystery #1. I don't think this is a super valuable book or anything, but I love the kind of 80s pinup art you can find. I love Dave Stevens. If you guys have watched any other art haul videos of mine, I've shown off a number of Dave Stevens books. I think they're just phenomenal. This, of course, is not Dave Stevens, but it is Brian Boland. I'm typically not a huge Boland fan, but this cover is awesome. This is in really good shape, and it was only $3, but it's got to be near mint range. But Dave Stevens did issue number 11, I think it is, which is also a fantastic cover. Elvira on a broomstick. Phenomenal. They did not have it in the stack, and I've never come across it in another shop, but one day I will find it. So keep an eye out for these guys. I think these are probably, there's probably a lot of cool covers in this run if you're into pinup. It is Elvira, so keep an eye out for these. Issue 1 and 11. Okay. Back to some Marvel Bronze Age. We got Adventure into Fear number 24. This is from 1974. I believe this is the first meeting of Blade and Morbius with the Gil Kane cover. That's what Key Collector has it as anyways. I'm not positive if that's correct, but I think it is. So this is only $4. Probably fine. Very fine. I picked up issue 20 as well, which again, Key Collector has it as the first solo Morbius story, which sounds accurate, but I didn't see anything on a CGC label, and I didn't bother to verify it. But this one, a little bit better shape, very fine range. $8 on this. Gil Kane cover again, and Paul Gillislee on the art. I think one of the CGC labels I saw mentioned that it was Gillislee's first work, maybe at Marvel. I'm not positive, but pretty cool books, pretty cool minor keys related to Blade and Morbius here. So for any of you guys into those characters, these are good minor keys to pick up. I know the first appearances are crazy expensive, probably out of reach for a lot of people. Not books I would be purchasing at this time because they have been hot for the past year and continue to remain hot. Anything with these Marvel, the horror themed characters, Morbius, Blade, Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, all of that stuff seems to just be scorching hot. And for me, not books I'd be purchasing unless I find a scorching deal. So anyways, these minor keys, good books to be on the lookout for. All right, the next stack is all, I think it's all DC here. So these are all just straight books I bought for the covers, just phenomenal Bronze Age DC horror books. We will start with Phantom Stranger number 17, which is just a great Neal Adams cover. I think I mixed these up out of the order I meant to show. This one's from 1972. Fine, very fine range. That one was like $5. Here's number 15, which is a gorgeous cover. Love the colors. All of them are the same thing. They're all like $3 to $5, all mid-grade. I just love Neal Adams artwork, so I was not going to leave these there. I just kind of cherry-picked out the ones that looked to be in solid mid-grade and were like $5 or less. So, and finally, number 19, again, another just cool Neal Adams cover. You just can't go wrong having this stuff in your collection, in my opinion, anyways. All right, let's switch over to another title. I got these a little out of order here. All right, we got some House of Mystery 188. This one's gorgeous. I just love the oranges, yellows, and reds going on there. Again, this one is just a cool Neal Adams cover. I think this one has Bernie Wrightson on some interior art. This one's from 1970. Again, mid-grade, $5. All right, next one. I did pay more than $5 on this one. $191. I saw someone else talking about this too, but right before I bought this, awesome cover. Really just disturbing. These little kids peeking in, watching these toys disembowel this poor guy. Just phenomenal content on the cover. I think it's a riot that every one of these House of Mystery books is these three kids poking their heads in, seeing something they clearly should not be seeing. But this one could use a clean. Probably, again, fine, very fine. This one was $14, but I thought all the other ones were priced so well, I wasn't going to leave this classic one behind as well, which, of course, again, is Neal Adams. And I think Bernie Wrightson on the interiors in this book as well. So, all right, also got 192, which, of course, is another great cover. This one, I think, was back down to the $3 range. Yeah, $3 on this. So, awesome stuff. This one I was looking for at this shop, wasn't in the stack, or someone probably beat me to it and got it first, but I found it right around the same time frame at another one of my local shops on their wall. It is House of Mystery 195. This has got to be one of my favorite books of the haul. Absolutely phenomenal Bernie Wrightson cover. I think this thing is absolutely gorgeous. This, of course, has got the prototype of the Swamp Thing in it. I believe it was, again, it's fine, probably like a 6.5, something like that. But it was $20, which I thought was a great deal on this book. So very happy to have that. Last one for the House of Mystery is 208, which is not Neal Adams or Bernie Wrightson. It is, I think, Nick Cardy on the cover, and I just thought this was a super cool cover. I love the purples. Just these dark covers, they really pop. That's it, straight cover buy. So I think this one, again, probably fine, very fine. I put it as, and again, $5. So I thought that was well worth it. All right, getting down to the last few, we're going to switch it up to another title again. House of Secrets this time, number 88. This one, I think, goes for pretty good money. This is another classic Neal Adams. I think this is a painted cover from 1970. This one was a little more. This one was $9. Probably fine, very fine range, just gorgeous. I didn't recognize it as Neal Adams initially just because of the style here, but just gorgeous stuff. All right, we also got issue 100, which is, again, phenomenal Bernie Wrightson stuff. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. I love the expression on the guy's face. This was not stuff I collected as a kid. I wasn't into the horror genre for the most part, but as I've gotten back into books as an adult, the more I come across Bernie Wrightson and Neal Adams artwork, it's just phenomenal stuff. And these, again, aren't books I'm typically reading. I probably will go through them at some point, but it's just the cover artwork is just absolutely phenomenal. So especially for the DC, these 20-cent covers in the Bronze Age, they just did some amazing work here. So I think that one's from 72. Again, fine, very fine. It was $3, so you can't leave that behind. And I will end the DC stuff with this classic, again, Bernie Wrightson cover that I was super excited to find, again, for $3. Issue 103, absolutely phenomenal. I can't imagine how good this book looks when it is near mid. This one's got a number of spine ticks, which, I don't know, I got some glare going on here. I can't see how good that's showing up, but still, for $3, I thought that was phenomenal. It's just unbelievable artwork there. Just the guy's face, the reflection of the light coming off his fingers here, amazing. Just beautiful stuff. So, super happy to have that. That is it for the DC and Marvel Bronze Age stuff. Let's dive into the few Golden Age books I picked up. They had a stack of low-grade ECs. Of course, EC, always expensive. You're gonna pay money for any EC books. But they had a couple, and they left them raw, which I always love when you can find these books unslabbed, so you can thumb through them if they are not really beat up. That's the problem with a lot of the ECs I find, is they're so the pages are so brittle that you can't even actually go through them. So I try to avoid the books, if I'm going to buy them raw, that I can't actually physically handle, because obviously what's the point of buying it like that? I guess if you just wanted your collection, it's fine, but for me, I really try and avoid the ones that are super brittle. So they got in a whole collection of ECs, and I'll show off some more of them in future hauls, but most of them are right about the same grade, right about 2.5. A lot of water damage, but complete. So we will start with Haunt of Fear, number 20. You could see it down here. You got that water damage there, and you got rusting on the staples. I'm not going to take it off to show you the back, but they're pretty rough. But again, if you're going to buy these books in like a 5.0, you're spending like $400 or $500 on the vast majority of these for a single issue. So these two were under $100. Again, probably about a 2.5. This is from 1953. Graham Ingalls on the cover. And these EC titles are just phenomenal. I'm always just intrigued with the cover content, just amazed at what was put out in the 50s, for content in these EC titles: Haunt of Fear, Tales from the Crypt, shock suspense stories, crime suspense stories, all these, just this horrific subject material that people, you didn't see this stuff in the news. I didn't see all this stuff about crime and murder and child abduction and all this stuff that was published in these books. Nowadays, it's at our fingertips every day. We're bombarded with it. But to think you weren't seeing, these people weren't seeing this in the news and newspapers, these kids were going in and getting it in these books is always just super intriguing to me. Just these to me are really just historical pieces to own. And the artwork is amazing on all of them. It's all just absolutely amazing. So if you haven't dove into Golden Age stuff, and I'm still totally new with the Golden Age books, these pre-code horror books are just phenomenal. So, and next one here is Weird Fantasy number 16, just a cover I've always loved. This is Al Feldstein, I think is how you say it. Again, same thing, under $100. Same grade. This one doesn't show the water damage is bad, but it's got some rippling, which is tough to pick up. But it still presents really nice, covers attached and all that. So again, really tough to find these in high grade, and you're going to pay through the nose. So I am happy to have books that are complete. So fantastic. Again, this one's from 52. Less than $100, so I could not leave it. So absolutely phenomenal books. Psyched to have these. I don't have many Golden Age books. I don't have many of these, but I grab them when I can. All right, and the last book, this did not come from this haul, but it's another EC book, and I figured it fit here. This is a classic. I don't buy many books in this price range. I have never seen this at one of my local shops before, so I came across this. These guys are kind enough to let me go in the back room and thumb through, they'll get in new CGC shipments and let me go out back and thumb through them before they even put them out, which is fantastic. I've buy from the shop all the time, have spent a lot of money with them from the day they open. So I always get a sneak peek of stuff before it hits the floor. So I could not turn this book down because I never seen it, and I bundled it with another big book that'll show up in a future haul. So this is an absolute huge EC book for any of you EC fans. Again, low grade, shock suspense stories, number 6, which is this classic Wallywood bondage cover. This was not cheap, but this book in high grade, it goes for huge money. It is absolutely awesome. I bought one of those. There's so many reprints of EC done over the years, and I bought one of the larger magazine-sized reprints that was this cover, and I've always just been amazed by it. And to find it in person, see it, even in a 2.5, you can see how rough it is. Same collection as those other two you saw, I'm pretty positive. You could see the water stains, the rust stains on the staple, but still. This was, I probably got it for half what the GPA is now. It still was not cheap, but they hooked me up because I paid cash. I bought another big book. And again, paid cash. That's all. It's a good tip for any of you guys, looking to get deals or wondering how, I get some of these deals. If I'm going to make a big purchase, I always bring cash. Go to the ATM and get it in cash. That saves them the fees, and they can pass it on to you. So, and buy from the same people. Again, I buy from these guys all the time. I don't go in expecting big deals from people I've never bought from. So I try to do business with the same local people over and over and over. So they know me. They know what I'm looking for. They'll set books aside for you. They know you're looking for, like those Dave Stevens covers I'm talking about. They'll set those things aside. Sometimes they'll kick them in for free. And when they know, oh, hey, I know you love Dave Stevens. Here, I toss this, take this. So do business with the same guys as much as possible. And paying cash. Anyways, back to the book. Phenomenal book from 1953. Again, just one of those classic EC books. So super happy to have this. Hopefully this will stay in the PC for a long time. Would love to have a higher grade copy, but again, I think this book in this grade goes for like $600 right now. So anyways, that is it for the haul, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, please subscribe down below. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys soon.